So let's see what comes up in my feed here. What's this? Let's see here.
You know how between the bike rides and the fort making, you're a family?
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Pen pineapple. Apple pen.
Oh boy.
Pen pineapple. Apple pen. That's
Oh boy. That is nuts. Let's see what Paul's up to. That is crazy.
Network, and today is another 50 to 60 degree day, the day before December, and it is glorious. If this is what global warming is all about, count me in. A whole bunch of different conditions, like there's two people in Bobby's car versus one person in my car. I mean, there could have been a whole bunch of differences. That is my challenge to the 570 crew, to RT Life, to all of you guys that want to do the 50.
What do you say?
And it was slightly different, not meaningful.
He just say my name?
Like, it could have been a whole bunch of different conditions. Like there's two people in Bobby's car versus one person in my car. I mean, there could have been a whole bunch of differences. That is my challenge to the 570 crew, to RT Life, to all of you guys that want to do the 50 to 100 mile an hour challenge. I've done it in the Hellcat. I want all of you guys. That is the challenge. You guys do it. Send me an Instagram link or comment below. When you get your channel done, I will post the 50 to 100 times up on this video next week or 2 weeks.
So not only did I get called out, but he put me in the same category with RT Life. Nice. What's up, YouTube? This is Josh from the 570 Experience. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. It is also the season for challenges. RT Life threw a couple challenges out there. I couldn't participate in the last couple that he did. Now we have a challenge from my good old buddy, Paul. Paul from the Family Cruisin threw a challenge out there. I think this is his first challenge. If it's not, and I'm wrong, sorry, but this is the first challenge I know of that Paul is doing. And Paul threw a challenge out there. He wanted to see everybody's 50 to 100 times. 50 to 100. I go 100 miles an hour getting groceries, so that should be pretty sweet. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a couple pulls from 50 to 100. Then I'm going to figure out how to put a timer on the screen like he did. And we'll call it that. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, the merchandise for the channel is ready. The 570 Experience now has merchandise. I will include that in the description below. And if any of you guys are into essential oils, I will include a link to the discount code for that below as well. So without further ado, let's get these pulls started. A couple shout outs as I head to Mexico. I want to give a shout out to CT Charger. Congratulations, bud, on 100 subs. That is it's an important milestone. Not just because you could do live videos, but because usually up to 100 subs, most people not take YouTube for granted, but it's a struggle. And it feels like once you reach 100 subs, that there's a little bit of a weight lifted off your chest. With YouTube's, some people, you don't know if it's gonna happen for you. You don't know if you're gonna grow as a channel. You don't know if people are gonna watch your videos. So 100 subs is real important, because then you feel like you're producing videos that people want to see. You're producing content people want to see, and it's starting to pay off. It actually, you can see some progress being made. So congratulations on 100 subs. I also want to give a shout out to a new subscriber. He found me by way of JA's channel, Jonathan. I guess he was watching a live stream. Found Greg, found the YouTube Pack website, and then found me. And we got to talking last night. Seems like an awesome guy. Sinister Shelby. What's up, Sinister Shelby? Thank you for the sub. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Mopar Mike. Mike, you need a cameraman. I really enjoyed your burnout video, but tell you what, you didn't do yourself any justice by putting a camera on the end of a selfie stick and recording that way. But I'm gonna help you out one day. We're gonna hook up. We don't live that far away from each other, but Mopar Mike, you are growing actually pretty fast too. Excuse me. I'm enjoying watching your videos. I'm enjoying watching you grow as a YouTuber, and I really think it's neat. You kind of light up on camera. It's pretty neat. I enjoy watching you talk about your car, and let's see here. We'll get on the highway. Yeah, awesome stuff. So, Mopar Mike, big shout out. Okay, so what I'll do, because these are oddly specific start mile per hours, maybe I missed the reason why Paul wants these specific, like 50 mile an hour. That's not even highway speed, so I'm actually, when I set my cruise control, I'm actually going to be going less than highway speed here in Mexico. So, what I'm going to do, so that I know, and so that you guys can see that the start mile per hour is where it needs to be, is I'm going to have my cruise control set. And I'll have it set on that mile per hour, and then I'll floor it and get up to the desired speed. Let's just see how close I can get. Because I know Paul was spinning when he did his 50 mile an hour one. Like right now, for instance, I'm doing 70 mile an hour and getting passed out by people doing 80 plus. Like 50 mile an hour nowadays is not fast, so it's going to be interesting. So yeah, Paul seemed to spin when he did the 50 mile an hour jump, so it'll be interesting to see our times. He was right around, I want to say it was like between 3 and 4 seconds, a little over 4 seconds on one of the runs. But I'm going to do 2 runs from 50 to 100, and I'll do 2 runs from 60 to 120. Okay, so after the first run, I want to tell you that I don't like the idea that I had about setting the cruise control at 50. One, because it's dangerous. I wasn't lying. Like, going down to 50 mile an hour is honestly not a good idea when you have cars trying to zip around you. There must be other people shooting YouTube videos here in Mexico, because this closed course seems to be busy with a lot of YouTubers today. But another reason I don't like it is because while my cruise control was set, the car is under a little bit of acceleration, and what it seems like is I'm already, or like in between like a non-boost area, and I don't believe I'm optimizing my peak power curves with my RPMs versus where I built boost for this vehicle. So now I'm going to try it with no cruise control, and I'm going to see if there's a difference, a major difference in time. A slight difference is I'll just chalk it up to the fact that I might have been in a weird area, because my vehicle was also having a hard time slowing down to 50 too. So we'll see. We'll get this done here in a minute. Okay, that felt better. So now we're going to change the mile per hour, the starting mile per hour. The starting mile per hour for this run will be 60 mile an hour, and we will go to 120. I'm going to do 2 runs at this mile per hour and see what we got. Awesome, guys. I had fun doing these runs. I hope you guys had fun watching these runs. I want to thank Paul from Family Cruisin for throwing out this challenge. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, Paul. I learned a lot about my vehicle. Typically when I do top speed runs, you don't really pay attention to where your car is shifting and where your peak power curves are, and at what mile per hour the vehicle goes into what gear. So interesting to know where my vehicle shifts. I actually felt stronger pulls when I was starting off at 60 mile an hour versus when I was starting off at 50 mile an hour, based on what gear it was in as I was cruising. And also at the top end, my vehicle doesn't even get into 6th gear until 120. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the Ford Explorer Sport in the future. Of course, you know, I always talked about getting a Trackhawk. So if I do get a Trackhawk down the road when they're a year or 2 old, I'll get one that's been babied, been kept in the garage for like 2 years, make it affordable. Because I think $100,000 for an SUV with a Hellcat motor in is a little ridiculous. So, like I said, I can't wait to see where they go with the Ford Explorer Sport. I can tell you this, though. I will trade this thing in a heartbeat if they put a 10-speed in it. If they decide to go an 8 or a 10-speed, like what they did with the Raptor, I'll buy a new Ford Explorer Sport in a heartbeat. And as always, remember, guys, it's not what you drive, as long as you enjoy the ride.